Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to a new review where we conveniently find ourselves inside the all-new BMW 7. Now I find myself inside the BMW 750i to be exact. We have the 4.4 litre V8 in this car producing 530 horsepower. We have 750 Newton meters, which we're gonna experience in a bit, but for now I'm just here cruising in comfort mode. So we have comfort and also comfort plus mode for the 7 series to cruise in, and to be honest, the comfort plus mode is more like hovering than cruising around, as this car is just really big, it's really comfortable to cruise in, and in comfort mode the suspension changes to such soft settings that it's like driving a massive boat. Obviously this is the luxury flagship of BMW, competing with the Mercedes S-Class and the Audi A8. Now before I'm gonna talk more about this beautiful BMW individual interior this car has, I thought I'm gonna start today's review with just driving this car around. We do have the V8 sound. It's not as loud as it was with the previous cars. This is obviously due to E regulations, but as I'm cruising here right now in Eco, this car is just cool. It's so luxurious, it's so chill, and it's just so pleasant to drive around. It's definitely a really big car, and you do feel that. It's longer than 5 meters actually, and with a weight of more than 2 tons, it does feel really big and heavy while driving around. We thankfully have the integral active steering in this car, which means we have a forward steering, so the rear axle turns as well. This helps the car in daily situations such as parking garages, which is really nice, and also a good feature to have in such a big car. Now it's a really cold January morning, and I'm really thankful that this car has all amenities you can wish for. We have the heating of the steering wheel, you can obviously heat the seats and everything. This car also with the comfort package has a massage function in the seats for the front row. So if you press this button up here front, you have different settings. You can massage your shoulders, your back, lower back, upper back. It's actually quite cool, and it's definitely really chill when you're driving around, and especially when you're driving a long distance. Now when the new 7 first launched, everybody was talking about one specific design element, which are the kidneys up front. And as a spot of context, the new kidneys have increased in size by 40% in comparison to the previous 7. And I have to say they are really big, but they actually suit the car. And in contrast to the enlargement of the kidneys, BMW has sharpened and has smoothened the size of the rear lights and the headlights. So this gives the car in general a sharper look, I would say. And I know in the beginning a lot of people didn't like him, but they just need some time to work on. So another big thing BMW has focused on with the new 7 is noise reduction. The new 750i comes standard with thickener windows. For the diesel version, this is an upgrade option, but this basically helps you and helps the driver when he's on the highway to have less noise inside the cabin. But now I think it's time to head over into the fun modes, which in this case is Sport. What you can instantly feel is that the throttle response is much quicker. I noticed that in comfort it's actually quite slow, and the engine just takes a moment to come up, but now that I've changed to Sport, it's super quick. You can have Sport Standard, Sport Individual, so in individual mode you can configure your own settings, but for now we're just in Sport Standard. And now this car comes to life. The suspension is harder, the steering is harder, and from 0 to 100 this car should go in only 4 seconds, which is actually super quick. So let's give it a first pull. We're in 4th gear now. Let's downshift to 3rd gear, maybe 2nd, to have some revs, and then it just pulls crazy. What I also just noticed when accelerating is how much the front lifts. So when you accelerate, the entire car, the front just lifts because it's such a big and heavy car. But as you can hear, we have the V8 rumble in the background, which is nice. And it could be louder obviously, but this is not what this car is built for obviously, but still a really nice sound. The V8 of BMW is just one nice engine, to be honest. And also if we take turns here, the car gets really agile and it's fun to drive in corners as well, considering its size and length. So I think one thing we have to do is to launch the car from 0 to 100. Since this car is brand new, I'm not gonna do a launch control, but I'm gonna brake to 0. No one's behind me. I'm gonna set it to auto and I'm just gonna kick down and see how quick we get. So we're already at 100. That was super quick. So that is about it for the driving facets of the new 7, and I think I should now talk you through the incredible interior details this car has. Now, finding ourselves inside the new 7, I have to say the interior is really nice. All of the interior is leather, and this car obviously has the full BMW individual interior, which costs about 12,000 Swiss francs. Now you have leather here on the side with this really nice stitching style. You have leather here, this special stitching style on the center console for your armrest, which is nice. You have the Alcantara headlining, which you can order in this car as well. Going on, we then have the M-style leather steering wheel. There are different steering wheels you can order for the new 7. There's actually 4 or 5 different steering wheels you can have, which is cool. You then have a full digital driver screen in front of you, and you also have the center screen with BMW's latest iDrive on it. We now have different features such as gesture control, also now voice command, which is really nice. The screen here is touch screen, but you can also do different things, turn the volume up, swipe a song, and different things like that. Then the driving modes here for the buttons: Sport, Comfort, Eco Pro. As we know of BMW, this car, which is really cool, you can lower and higher the car with pressing this button here. You have a wireless charger here in the center for your phone. Another cool thing is that the cover here, if you push this once, it only closes halfway, and then if you push it again, it closes all the way, which is another thing I really like. You don't get the crystal style gear leader for the new 7, which you have in the X5, X7 and the 8 series now. I don't really know why, but this also feels really nice. Now you get plenty of space in the rear, obviously, as this car is also planned to be a car that is driven by a chauffeur. This car also comes with the comfort package that has these sun blinds here that you can just press, and then the sun blind in the rear goes down, and then press for this one to have this sun blind go up and down, which is another cool thing. So you have full privacy and also protection of the sun while cruising in here. The armrest for the second row is really big actually. It's a big and heavy thing. The cool thing is you can adjust the rear seats automatically, sitting and controlling everything from your center panel here. And you could also order a fridge and all different sorts of stuff for the new 7. If you press here, you obviously have cup holders and stuff, but really nice. Now what's also cool about the new 7 are the cameras. So you obviously have the reverse cameras, but you now also have the 360-degree cameras. This is really cool. You can go 3D view, so you can use gesture command to have a look around your car. For that you just use your finger, and then you just swipe, and then it basically shows you the surroundings of your car, which is such a cool feature. You can obviously also use your fingers to do the same, but just something really cool that technology shows us. We also have the reverse assistant in this car, which I've already tested on the new X5. You can check out that review, link is up on top. That saves the last 50 meters of your steering inputs and then drives back the exact same route as you drove the last 50 meters. Now, out of all the things I love about this car, I could only find two things that I don't like about the new 7. One is you can't fold the rear seats at all. So if you're going on holidays and you have more luggage, you can't fold your rear seats, which is a bit of a downside. The second thing I noticed, and I noticed that on all BMWs still, is that if you drive in sport and you stop your car, you turn it on again, the car automatically puts you back in comfort. It always hits you back to comfort mode. I don't really understand that why. Maybe some of you have an input why BMW still does that, because it's sometimes a bit annoying. Alright, and that is basically it for today's review with the new 7, a price tag of around 170,000 Swiss francs and BMW's luxury flagship. Let me know what you think in the comment section of today's video. I definitely enjoyed the drive with the new 7, and I also have it for the full day today and tomorrow, so I'm gonna explore it a bit more. But thanks for watching, leave a like or a comment, and see you soon, guys.